Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said that a state of emergency is being declared for Ukraine's energy sector, as repeated Russian attacks have left thousands of homes without heat and electricity amid freezing winter conditions.
To Ukraine now, where intensified Russian attacks on the country's energy infrastructure have plunged millions into darkness, cold and water shortages.
Electricity amid freezing winter conditions. Zelenskyy's announcement came as temperatures dropped to minus 19 degrees Celsius and to 2.2 Fahrenheit in Ukraine's capital Kyiv, where hundreds of apartment buildings remain without heat following a massive Russian attack last week. The consequences of Russian strikes and deteriorating weather conditions are severe, said Zelenskyy in a post on X late on Wednesday, adding that repair crews, energy companies, municipal services, and the State Emergency Service of Ukraine continue to work around the clock to restore electricity and heating. Zelenskyy also said he had asked his government to review curfew restrictions during this extremely cold weather, and that the country was working to increase its electricity imports to try to alleviate the dire situation. In Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, 471 apartment buildings remained without heat on Wednesday, almost a week after a Russian attack left thousands of apartments without heat, electricity, and water, according to city officials. The attack, which began last Thursday night, prompted Kyiv's mayor Vitaly Klitschko to urge people to leave the city, saying that half of apartment buildings in Kyiv, nearly 6,000, are currently without heating because the capital's critical infrastructure was damaged by the enemy's massive attack. This is CBNEWS. Subscribe to our channel for daily world news update. Stay tuned. The frequent attacks on energy supply during Russia's war with Ukraine have also expanded beyond both countries' borders, including to oil tankers in the Black Sea. In recent months, a number of oil tankers have come under attack from drones in the Black Sea, prompting concerns from neighboring countries, including Turkey and Kazakhstan. On Tuesday, drones struck 2 oil tankers in the Black Sea, chartered by United States oil giant Chevron, according to the companies involved. The ships were sailing towards a terminal on the Russian coast, with the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Wednesday blaming the attacks on Ukraine, which had yet to publicly comment. Kazakhstan's foreign ministry said in a statement on Wednesday that 3 oil tankers were hit in the attack and that they were heading to a Caspian Pipeline Consortium CP terminal, where an oil pipeline from the Central Asian country ends. The ministry urged the US and Europe to help secure the transport of oil. The increasing frequency of such incidents highlights the growing risks to the functioning of international energy infrastructure, it said. A Ukrainian drone attack killed 2 workers from a state-owned pharmacy as they were transporting medicines to Polohy in a Russian-occupied area of Ukraine's Zaporizhia region, Russia's state news agency TASS reports. A Ukrainian drone strike injured 3 people in Russia's frontline Belgorod region, the regional task force reported, according to TASS. Russian forces dropped a guided bomb on Bilopilia in Ukraine's Sumy region, killing 1 person and injuring at least 4 others, the regional prosecutor's office said on the Telegram messaging app. Ukraine's Ministry of Energy said that new power outages were affecting customers in the Zhytomyr and Kharkiv regions following an overnight Russian attack. Network restrictions remained in place in the capital Kyiv, the Kyiv region, and the Odessa region, the ministry added in a statement. Ihor Terekhov, the mayor of Ukraine's second biggest city, Kharkiv, said on Telegram that Russian forces destroyed a large facility of critical energy infrastructure, without specifying which type of facility was struck. Katerina Pop, spokeswoman for the Kyiv City Military Administration, said that 287 residential buildings remain without heating in Kyiv more than a week after a massive Russian attack damaged infrastructure there, and as temperatures continue to fall to minus 17 degrees Celsius, 1.4 Fahrenheit overnight. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that the national government would take over responsibility for Kyiv's energy as the city had not responded quickly enough to the current crisis, according to the Ukrinform news site. A Ukrainian attack left close to 87,000 people without electricity in Russian-occupied Zaporizhia. Russian-appointed official Yevhen Belitsky wrote on Telegram. Alexander Kovalenko, the spokesman for the Zaporizhia Regional Military Administration, said that more than 500 people will need to be evacuated from 2 districts of Ukraine's embattled Zaporizhia region by early February, according to Ukrinform. More than 700 people have already been evacuated since the beginning of January, including 480 children, he added. President Zelenskyy said in his nightly video address that Ukraine has never been and will never be a stumbling block to peace, appearing to refute comments made by United States President Donald Trump a day earlier. When Russian strikes are aimed at breaking our energy system and our people, it is Russia that must be put under pressure, Zelenskyy added. Trump told the Reuters news agency on Wednesday that he believed Russian President Vladimir Putin was ready to make a deal. I think Ukraine is less ready to make a deal. International Monetary Fund, IMF, Chief Kristalina Georgieva told the Reuters news agency during a visit to Kyiv that she expects to ask the fund's executive board to approve a new $8.1 billion lending program for Ukraine within weeks. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said in a post on X that he had spoken to Zelenskyy about the energy situation in Ukraine, with Russia's attacks causing terrible human suffering, as well as on the ongoing efforts to bring an end to the war. We're committed to ensuring that Ukraine continues to get the crucial support needed to defend today and ultimately secure a lasting peace, Rutte said. French President Emmanuel Macron said that France is now providing 2/3 of intelligence information to Ukraine, largely replacing the US, which until last year had delivered the majority of those services. CB News, bringing you World News Update. Thank you for watching.